Find your comfortable position. Bring your hands on your laps. Close your eyes and take few big breaths. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale out of your mouth. Let's do one more like that. Inhale. And exhale. Seal your lips. Start breathing through the nose. Ujjayi yogic breath. The breath with a sound. Inhale. Expand your lungs like two big balloons. Exhale slowly through the nose, creating some sound. Ujjayi yogic breath. And let's do 4 more times. Hayanilur, please mute yourself. Inhale through the nose again. Exhale slowly. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last time. Inhale. And 1 last time. Exhale. And release. Open your eyes. Bring your left hand onto the floor, right hand up to the ceiling, bend to the left. And back to center. Other side. Bend to the right. And back to center. Bring your left hand behind your back, right hand onto your left knee and twist to the left. And come back to center. Let's do the opposite side, twisting to the right. And back to center. And start walking your hands forward as far as you can. And come up. Oh, here is, I think, someone windy. Yes. And switch the cross of your legs. So your other foot in front. And keep walking your hands forward. Hi, Wendy. Keep walking your hands forward or sliding your hands forward as far as it goes. And come up again. We're going to lower down onto the back. Draw your knees to chest. Press your lower back onto the floor and rock side to side a few times. Take few more breaths. Take 3 circles with your knees on the ceiling clockwise. And counterclockwise. And then bring your hands out to the sides and draw your knees halfway to right and back to center. Halfway to left and back to center. Let's do 3 more like that. Halfway to right and back to center. Halfway to left and back to center. 2 more. Halfway to right and back to center. Halfway to left and back to center. 1 last time. Halfway to right and back to center. 1 last time. Halfway to left and release. Come back to center and extend your legs all the way up to the ceiling. Bring your hands by either sides of your hips. Turn your palms down toward the floor. Push your lower back onto the floor. Squeeze the ankles. Lower your legs down. Any amount. And lift your legs up. Let's do 4 more like that. Inhale, lower down. In and lift up. 3 more. Inhale and exhale. 2 more like that. And lift. 1 last time. And lift and release. Knees to chest, rock side to side few times. Bring your hands behind the ears. Lift your head and shoulders and lift your shins. Shins parallel to the ceiling. Take a twist to the right and extend that left leg 45 degrees. Back to center. Other side. Twisting to the left, right leg 45 degrees. Back to center. We're going to do 5 more each side. And center. 5 more. Back to center. For 4. And 4. 3 more like that. 3. And 3. 2 more only. And 2. 1 last time. And 1 last time. And release. Knees to chest once again. Gently rock your head side to side. Draw your knees side to side. And then transition yourself into tabletop position. Cross your ankles, hold on your thighs. Bring yourself into seated and from there into tabletop. And from there into a child pose. Walk your knees a little wider, big toes to touch. Sit your hips back on your heels, lower your forehead down, extend the arms. And take a few more breaths. And start walking the hands to the right. And hands back to center. Let's start walking the hands to the left. And back to center. And then we're going to slide the hands forward into puppy dog position. Lift your hips off your heels. Push your chest down toward the floor. And take 3 more breaths here. And bring that left hand underneath your right armpit, twisting to the right. And untwist back to center. Let's do the other side. Right hand underneath your left armpit, twisting to the left. And back to center. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees into hip distance. Tuck the toes. Let's round the back like a cat. Chin to chest. Exhale. Inhale. Lift through your chest and lift your tailbone. Let's do 4 more like that. Exhale and round. Inhale and lift. 3 more. Exhale and inhale. 2 more like that. Exhale and inhale. 1 last time. Exhale and inhale. And lift yourself into downward dog. So Marie can do the bird dog instead. We're going to tuck the toes and lift the hips to the ceiling into downward dog. Keep the knees slightly bent. Head between your biceps. Draw your chest toward your thighs, hips toward the back wall. Gaze to the back of your mat. Walk your dog a few times. Pushing one heel onto the floor and then the other. Bending one knee and then the other. And then gaze forward and slowly walk your feet all the way forward toward your hands. Coming to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through your feet, lift your hands up, gaze up. Exhale, draw your palms in front of your heart and lower your hands down into mountain. We're going to do one half sun salutation. Inhale, lift your hands up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through your feet, lift your hands up, gaze up. Exhale, draw your palms in front of your heart and lower your hands down. From here, we're going to do two full sun salutations. So Marie, continue with half sun salutation. Inhale, lift your hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank. Chaturanga, slowly lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take gaze to the back of your mat. Take few big breaths. And then bend the knees, gaze forward, step vocal hop into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through your feet, lift your hands up, gaze up. Exhale, draw your palms in front of your heart and lower your hands down into mountain. Let's do one more like that. So you do on your own. Inhale, lift your hands up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank. Chaturanga, slowly lower down. Inhale, cobra upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And we're going to stay in downward dog. And next will be low lunge position, Marie. So you will meet us, Marie, in low lunge position. We're going to lift that right leg up to the ceiling, three-leg dog. Bend the right knee, stack your right hip on the top of your left. For 3, 2, 1. Gaze forward. Step that right foot forward and drop your left knee down to the floor or to the cushion. Lift your hands up to the ceiling, low lunge position, reach up. Drop your shoulders down, lifting through the chest. And take few breaths. And then draw your palms in front of your heart. Bring your chest forward, twist to the right, and bring that left elbow to your right knee. And if you can stay here, or if you wish, you can tuck the back toes and lift that back knee off the floor. 3, nice. 2, 1. Bring that back knee down to the floor and twist. Lift the hands up to the ceiling, reach up. Take a deep inhale, exhale. Hands by the other side. So Marie is going to change the side, the leg, and we're going to step back into downward dog. Let's shift the weight forward into plank. Do another chaturanga. Slowly lower down. Cobra upward dog. And downward dog again. Lift that left leg up to the ceiling, three-leg dog. Bend that left knee, stack your left hip on the top of your right. For 3, 2, 1. Gazing forward. Step that left foot forward. Right knee down to the floor. Lift your hands up to the ceiling, low lunge position. Reaching up. Take few big breaths. And draw your palms in front of your heart. Lean forward. Twist to the left. And bring your right elbow to your left knee. You can stay here or you can lift that back knee off the floor. 3, 2, 1. Bring that back knee down, untwist. Hands by the either side. Step that right foot forward to meet your left into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through feet. Lift your hands up, gaze up. Exhale, draw your palms in front of your heart and lower your hands down into mountain. Step the feet together. We're going into revolved chair. So feet together, hands in front of your heart. We're going to bend the knees and twist to the right. Bring that left elbow to your right knee. And bring your right knee forward and your left knee back. Lift your sternum up. How are you doing, Kanilur? Yes. So from here, it's a little tricky, but I'm sure you can do it. From here, you are going to step your left foot back. For 3, and 2, and 1. We're going to step that left foot forward again, back into chair. 3, 2, 1, and release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through feet and lift your hands up. Gaze up. Exhale, draw your palms in front of your heart. We're going to do it on the other side as well. So feet together, knees together. We're going to lower down, twist to the left and remain buoyant in this revolved chair. Keep the hips low. Let's do the 3, 2, 1, and then step that right foot back. 3, 2, 1, and then step that right foot forward. 3, 2, 1, and release into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through feet. Lift your hands up, gaze up. Exhale, draw your palms in front of your heart. Lower your hands down. So today I programmed lots of twists, or at least 3 sequences with twist and balance. But beside that, we'll do the hips too, of course, once we go onto the floor. So let's start with an eagle. Inhale, lift your hands up, reach up. Exhale, bring that right elbow underneath your left. So you're crossing your elbows. So it's not just elbow on the top of the elbow, but if you can, bring them across, if you can. That will be easier then to bring the back of your hands together, or maybe even your palms together, or just hold on your thumb. Now from here, we have to have the feet together, knees together. We're going onto the chair, and we're going to bring that right thigh on the top of the left, squeeze the legs as well. Twist the legs, gaze forward, drop your shoulders down, and take few more breaths. And from here, we're going to slowly bring the hands to the sides, right knee in front of you. And from here, we're going to slowly push that right leg back. Come into airplane. 3, 2, 1, and slowly come up. Shake your legs a few times. Let's do the other side. Inhale, lift your hands up. Exhale, bring that left elbow underneath your right, cross the elbows, and then see if you can twist the hands. Drop the shoulders, bend the knees, gaze forward, bring that left thigh over your right, twist the legs, square the hips to the top of your mat. Bend that standing knee a little more. 3, 2, 1. We're going to slowly come up into standing, left knee forward, and then we're going to send that left leg back into airplane. 3, 2, 1, and we're going to slowly step forward. Very good. Shake your legs. And we're going to pick up the blocks. So let's put the blocks in front of your mat. Step between the blocks. We're going to do a pyramid. Hands on your hips. And step that left foot back, about 3.5 feet. Keep that back heel on the floor. Lift the hands up to the ceiling, reach up. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, start shifting the sitting bones back and bring in the hands on your blocks. And then look at your hips, make sure your hips square. Push the sitting bones back a little more. Lift through the chest, and as you exhale, see if you can bow forward any amount. So the back knee extended, the front knee just micro bend. And take a few breaths here. And then from here, we're going to do a twist. Bring that right hand on your lower back, twist to the right, and then lift that right hand up to the ceiling. And take a few more breaths here. And then untwist and bring both hands on the blocks. So both hands on the blocks. From here, we're going to do revolved half moon, which is balancing pose. So we're going to move that block that is on the left side, move it forward in front of your mat. Now we're going to keep that left hand on your fingertips on the block and shift the weight onto your right foot. So you lift that back heel. Now bring that right hand behind your back. Lift that left leg up and then extend that right hand up to the ceiling. Half moon, revolved half moon balance. 3. Maybe you can gaze over your right hand. 2, 1. We're going to carefully step forward. Move that block back onto your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your hands on your hips. And slowly come up. Shake your legs a couple of times. And then we're going to do other side. Step that right foot back. Have that back heel on the floor. Hips square. Lift the hands up to the ceiling. Reach up. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, start shifting your sitting bones back and come into pyramid pose. Hands on the blocks. Inhale, lift your chest up, gaze forward. Exhale, bow forward. Any mount. And take a few big breaths. And then lift your gaze forward. Keep your right hand where it is and bring that left hand on your back. Twist and reach that left hand up to the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. We're going to untwist. Move the block on your right side 1 foot forward. Keep your fingertips on that block. Shift your weight onto your left foot. Lift your right heel. Bring your left hand behind your back. Start twisting to the left. Lift that right leg and your left hand. Gaze over your left hand for 3, 2, 1. Carefully step your right foot forward. Move the blocks away from your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through your feet. Lift your hands up, gaze up. Exhale, draw your palms in front of your heart. And lower your hands down. And then draw your knee in front of you. So left foot is on the floor, rooting onto the floor. And we're going to draw the right knee in front of you. And we're going to hold that right knee with your left hand, with your opposite hand. And bring that right hand on your right hip. Twist to the back of your mat. This is stage 1. Feel free to stay here. Those of you who go into stage 2, so it's opposite knee. Yes, everybody, left hand, right knee. Yes. If you want to go into stage 2, you're going to grab onto the outer edge of your right foot with your left hand. Start kicking that foot forward and reaching the hand to the back for 3, 2, 1. Very good, Anilur. And slowly release, step down and shake your legs a few times. And let's try to do on the other side as well. Gazing forward and draw that left knee in front of you. Find your balance first. That standing knee can be slightly bent. Hold that left knee with your right hand and bring that left hand on your left hip. Twist to the left and feel free to stay here. This is a good place. Little bit easier variation. You can stay here or you can hold on that outer foot. Kick the foot forward. Reach your left hand to the back. And I'm going to come out and see how you're doing. Very good. For 3 and 2 and 1. Carefully untwist. Step down, shake your legs a few times. Let's do a forward fold. Feet hip distance apart. Inhale, lift your hands up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Touch the floor with your fingertips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hold on your opposite elbows. Keep the knees slightly bent and gently rock side to side a few times. Nod your head yes and shake your head no. Now you can stay here if you have high blood pressure. Otherwise, we'll do the long forward fold. Another option would be, if you don't want to do that long, deep forward fold, you can have your hands on your blocks and modify. Otherwise, we are going to try and place the whole hand underneath the whole foot. Yes? So hand underneath the foot, you can bend the knee. So the tippy toes are at the creases of your wrists. And then we do the same on the other side. Knees slightly bent. Inhale, lift your chest up, gaze forward. Exhale, bow forward. So your head will be between the knees. And this is very good stretch for the lower back. Keeping the knees slightly bent, see if you can lift the hips up a little more. Shoulders away from your ears. And then slowly lift your gaze forward. Release one hand at a time. Bring your hands on your hips. Slowly push yourself up into standing. Release the hands by the other side. Heel to your feet together. And we're going to do one last twist. Balance and a twist. So we'll go into an airplane on the right foot. Bring your hands to the sides, gaze forward, extend that left leg back. We're going to take an airplane, and from here we're going to carefully, keeping that gaze on the floor, twist to the right. So your right hand up to the ceiling, left hand down to the floor. 3, 2, 1. Carefully come back to center. 3, 2, 1, and come up. Well done. Shake your legs a few times. And let's try to do the other side on the left foot. We're going to bring the hands to the sides, gazing forward. Extend that right leg back. Find your balance and then carefully twist to the left. 3, 2, 1. Back to center. 3, 2, 1. And slowly come up. shake your legs. And then we're going to transition onto the floor. Step the feet wide. If you need to modify for Malasana yogic squat, feel free to cushion your heels or maybe sit on a block or couple of blocks if you need. Otherwise, we are going to bring the hands in front of your heart, bend the knees, and slowly lower down right into squat. Gently push the elbows against the knees, lift the sternum up and rock side to side a few times. Take few breaths. And then bring that right hand in front of your right shin, left hand behind your back, twist to the left, and back to center. Let's do the other side. Left hand in front of you, left shin, right hand behind your back, twist to the right, and back to center. And step into tabletop position. And from there, come into a child pose. Knees wide. Place blocks in front of you if you like to stretch the shoulders. Sit the hips on your heels. Position your elbows at the front of your blocks. Bring your forehead all the way down between the blocks. And hands in reverse prayer position behind your head. And take few big breaths there. And we're going to slowly lift the head off the floor. Remove the blocks. And let's do a pigeon pose from here. But if you're not doing the pigeon, then you can do thread the needle instead. So thread the needle or pigeon. We're going to bring that right knee toward your right wrist and extend that left leg back. And lower down onto your elbows. And from there, lower your forehead all the way down on your hands. And take 5 big breaths. And start slowly lifting up into tabletop or downward dog. If you're in thread the needle, just switch the sides. If you're in downward dog, walk your dog a few times. And then bring the knees back down to the floor. And draw your left knee toward your left wrist. And extend that right leg back if you're doing a pigeon, or just do thread the needle on the other side. We're going to lower down, drop your forehead, and take 5 big breaths. And from there, we're going to push up into tabletop or downward dog. Again, walk the dog a few times if you're in downward dog. And get ready for your lizard. Next pose will be a lizard, also for hips. Bring the knees down to the floor. Cushion your left knee. Place your hands on 2 blocks in front of you. Create a little bit of space on your right side on your mat, and that's where you are going to step your right foot at the right upper corner of your mat. Turn the toes slightly out, square the hips to the top of your mat, rock side to side a few times. Some of you will stay here and some of you can go onto the forearms if that benefits you, if that serves you. Rock side to side. From here, bring your right hand. So either you are on your forearms or maybe on your hands. It's all good, whichever you're doing. You're going to bring your right hand to your right inner knee. Gently push your knee to the side and root through the outer edge of your right foot. So you're lifting the inner edge just a little bit up and keep that ankle engaged. So the ankle is not sickling. And we're twisting to the right. And you can stay here. Those of you who have knee injury, for sure, staying here. Otherwise, you can bend that back knee, reach the hand back, and hold on your foot. So you can do here, or you can do it from the forearm, Anilur, maybe. Do you want to try from here, Anilur? Yeah, you can try from the elbow. So this is such a deep stretch, hip flexor stretch. And we're going to slowly, carefully release that back foot, untwist, and bring that right foot to the middle between the blocks. And we're going to shift the hips back to do the half split. And some of you can advance a little more if you wish toward your full split, if that works for you. We're going to flex the foot and slide the heel forward. So half split, just halfway forward. Flexing that foot and pushing that big toe mount forward, keeping the upper back flat if possible, gazing forward. And of course, those of you who advance a little more, you can slide forward the heel to the top of your mat. Listen to your body, keep that right knee slightly bent. And then slowly bring that foot all the way to the back. And let's switch sides. Cushion is underneath your right knee. Left foot at the space outside of your left hand on your mat. Toes pointing a little bit to the left. Hands underneath the shoulders. And we're going to rock side to side a few times. And if you wish, you can even try, some of you, and go on your forearms if you did on the other side. And then, either from here or from your hands, you can bring that left hand on your left inner knee. Gently push that knee to the side. Push through the outer edge of your left foot and take a twist to the left. You can stay where you are, or you can bend that back knee and hold on your foot. That can be done also from the forearm. And we're going to release that foot and twist and bring that left foot between the blocks. Shift yourself toward the back of your mat so you have more space in front. If you're planning to slide the heel forward, or you can just stay halfway in your half split, flex that foot. If you're trying to slide the heel forward a little more, listen to your body so you do not overstretch. Keep the knee slightly bent and the hips where. And we're going to bring that heel all the way through again and transition onto the belly. Let's transition onto the belly. And we're going to start with a boat pose. Extend the arms by the either sides. If you have shoulder injuries, your hands will be parallel. If you don't have shoulder injuries, you can bring the palms together, interlace the fingers. Lift your hands away from your lower back. If you have lower back injury, you'll have your feet hip distance. Otherwise, you can bring the feet together. And then let's try to lift everything up. So lifting your legs out of your hip creases, lifting your hands maybe away from your lower back, lifting your chest, gazing forward, and breathe. And we're going to release. Turn your head to the right, bend the knees, and rock your hips side to side. The next pose is going to be a bow. Contraindications if you have lower back injury or osteoporosis. In this case, you don't have to hold on your ankles or your tippy toes. You just can reach the hands back and not to hold on your ankles. So let's start with modification. We're going to reach the hands back, and maybe that's where you stay. So this is for people with back injury or osteoporosis. Otherwise, you can hold on your tippy toes or maybe even your ankles. Keep the knees hip distance apart. Draw your inner thighs toward each other. So naturally, the knees start to go to the sides too much sometimes. So we want to draw the inner thighs toward each other, not let your knees play more than hip distance. Push the shins back and lift the feet up. Breathe. And slowly release. Turn your head to the left. Bend the knees and rock your hips side to side. Release, push the hands against the floor, bring yourself into child pose. And let your back to readjust, to release the back in a child pose. Forehead is on the floor again, hips on the heels. And then slowly lift yourself into seated. We'll do 3 poses here, which all 3 of them are related. They're 3 back bends, but there's modifications available as well. So the first one is the saddle pose, and saddle pose is a back bend. It's a small back bend. So knees wide. And it depends how far you want to go in your saddle pose. If it hurts to sit like that, feel free to take a block, place between your feet, or 2 blocks. So if you're sitting on 2 blocks, then you can either stay here. In this case, you're just working on stretching the hips, stretching the ankles, and you will not do a back bend if you're sitting on 2 blocks. Or maybe, if it feels okay, you start to walk your fingertips to the back. In this case, you're doing already some back bend here. So this is stage 1, and the first one, this is stage 1. This is stage 1.5, let's say. And stage 2, if you're sitting on 1 block, you can go back even more with the hands. And stage 3, if you're sitting on your ankles, and then you can shift the pelvis forward, lower down on your elbows, or even all the way down to the floor and hold on your opposite elbows. So be careful which stage are you going to do. Yes, explore. And if you need to come out of the pose, you can come out anytime. So to come out depends where you are at. If you're all the way down, you're going to reach to ankles, push the forearms onto the floor, come on your elbows, and then come on your hands, and then bring the hands in front of you, and you can step back into tabletop or downward dog to shake the legs. Shake your legs, walk the dog. The second pose is a hero pose. So it's a little bit opposite from saddle. That means you will have your knees together, feet apart. Again, if you have knee injuries, you might like to either skip this pose or use a couple of blocks, one on top of another, and maybe try and sit on your blocks with your hands in front of you. This way, there's no much weight on your knees. You can still do the pose maybe by modifying like this. This is stage 1. The stage 2, you'll try and touch the floor behind you, like that. And then, of course, maybe you can sit on just one block. Then you can go back a little more. Or, if you're sitting on the floor, no blocks at all, you can go back on your elbows again, or all the way down, with your hands above your head. And we're going to take a few breaths. Listening to your body. If it doesn't feel good, you can come out anytime. And then to come out slowly. So if you're all the way down, slowly come on your elbows and then on your hands. And then hands in front of you. We're going to stretch the legs either in tabletop or downward dog position. Walk your dog a few times. And drop your knees down to the floor. And the third one is the biggest back bend, but you don't need to, so you can do it even if you have knee injuries, because we are not going to sit anymore onto the ankles. We are going to fold the mat and put your knees on 2 layers, or you can cushion your knees with a blanket. We're going to do it in kneeling position, the camel pose. Measure the distance between your knees, 2 fists. Keep your feet behind the knees and tuck your toes. This is stage 1 and stage 3. But for stage 2, you might like to use a couple of blocks and place them on each side of your ankles. And we start with hands on the lower back. Now I have to remind you about the head. So we don't want to throw the head back. We want to keep the chin about 2 inches away from your chest. So either not pushing the chin into chest, but also not throwing the head back. Just imagine you have an apple underneath your chin and you're holding an apple with your chin. Hands on the lower back, fingertips pointing toward the floor. We're going to shift the hips forward even more and draw the elbows toward each other and lift your sternum toward the ceiling. So this is stage 1. To go into stage 2 without moving your hips back, you want to stay in this position and see if you can touch the blocks. And to go into stage 3, you will touch your heels. And let's take a few more breaths. And then slowly bring your hands back onto your lower back. Lift yourself up. Untuck the toes. Unroll your mat. Sit your hips back on your heels. Close your eyes. Take a few breaths. And then open your eyes and slowly transition into seated position. And extend your legs in front of you. We're going to do a forward fold first in this position. Keep the knees slightly bent and use the strap if you need. Lift your hands to the ceiling. Take a deep inhale As you exhale, bow forward. So maybe you're holding onto the straps. Maybe you're holding on your feet. Lift through the chest and bow forward to stretch the back. And take 5 big breaths. And then lift yourself up. Bend that right knee and bring that right foot to your left upper thigh. Lift the hands up to the ceiling again. Reach up. Use a strap if you need and place the strap around your foot or just hold on your foot. Lifting through the chest, micro bending that left knee and bow forward. And lift yourself up. Let's try other side. Right leg extended, left knee bent, left foot to right thigh. Lift your hands to the ceiling, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Hold on to the strap or onto your foot. And slowly bring yourself up. Now we're going to bend both knees and bring the feet generously in front of you into Baddha Konasana or diamond shape position, and start reaching the hands toward your ankles or toward your tippy toes and start bending forward. And bringing the chest forward a little more, drawing the chest forward. And release. We're going to extend the legs and lower down onto the back. And then bend the knees and bring that right ankle on the top of your left thigh. Let's do thread the needle together. Thread that right hand through and bring that left hand from outside. And you can interlace the fingers either underneath your left leg or on the top of your left shin. Head is on the floor. Push that right elbow against the right knee and draw your left knee toward your chest a little more. Rock side to side. And then release the hands and bring that left foot on the floor. But keep that right ankle on the top still and shift your hips a couple of inches to the right. And from here we're going to drop both knees to the left, maybe not all the way. You want to keep that right shoulder blade on the floor and bring that left hand over your right knee and gaze to the right. With our last twist of the class, we finish. And we're going to come back to center. Let's try other side. Right foot on the floor, left ankle on the top of your thigh. Thread your left hand and bring your right hand from outside. Interlace the fingers and gently draw your right knee to your chest and push that left elbow against the left knee and rock side to side a few times. And release the hands. Bring that foot to the floor, hands out to the sides, shift the hips a couple of inches to the left and carefully bring your knees toward the right side. Right hand on the top of your left knee, left shoulder blade on the floor, gaze to left. And release, untwist, come back to center, lift your feet up into happy baby, push the elbows against the knees, hold on your outer ankles or your outer feet and gently rock side to side, pressing the lower back onto the floor. And release into Shavasana, final relaxation. Let your feet flop out to the sides. Turn your palms up to the ceiling. If you need to turn off the lights and grab your blanket or a jacket or something to make yourself comfortable, please do so. And once you settle down, take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale audibly out of your mouth. Let's do one more like that. Inhale and exhale. And then seal your lips. Keep breathing through the nose, just normal breath. And relax your body from your tippy toes all the way up to the crown of your head. And relax your mind. Transitioning into weekend, another week has passed since last Friday, so fast. And then slowly start coming back to your breath and back to your awareness, finding tiny movements into your fingertips and your toes, into your hands and your feet. Slowly start reaching your hands above your head for a stretch. And then draw your knees to chest, gently rock side to side few times. And when you're ready, slowly roll onto your side. And from there, press yourself up into seated position. And we're going to conclude our class. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.